Hello everybody, welcome back to Gyandan. Today we're going to be looking at 100 things every designer needs to know about people. Suzanne M. Wednesday. How people think. Chapter 31. People create mental models. Imagine that you'd never seen an iPad, but I have just handed you one and told you that you can read books on it. Before you turn on the iPad, before you see it, you have a model in your head of what reading a book on iPad will be like. You have assumptions about what the book will look like on the screen, what things you will be able to do, and how you will do them. Things like turning a page or using a bookmark. You will have a mental model of reading a book on the iPad, even if you have never done it before. What that mental model in your head looks and acts like depends on many things. If you have used an iPad before, your mental model of reading a book on iPad will be different than that of someone who has never used one or who doesn't even know what an iPad is. If you have been using a Kindle for the past year, then your mental model will be different from someone who has never read a book electronically. And once you get the iPad and read a couple books on it, whichever mental model you had in your head before will start to change and adjust to reflect your experience. I've been talking about mental models and their counterparts, conceptual models, discussed below. Since the 1980s, I've been designing interfaces for software, websites, medical devices, and various products for many years. I always enjoy the challenge of matching what's going on in people's brain with constraints and opportunities presented by technology. Interface environments come and go. For example, the green screen of character-based systems, or the blue screen of early graphical user interfaces. But people change more slowly. Some of the age-old user interface design concepts are still extremely relevant and important. Mental models and conceptual models are some of the most useful design concepts that I believe has passed the test of time. The origin of the term mental models. The first person to talk about mental models was Kenneth Craig in his 1943 book, The Nature of Explanation. Shortly thereafter, Craig died in a bicycle accident and the concept went dormant for many years. It reappeared in 1980s when two books were published with the title Mental Models, one by Philip Johnson Laird, another by Deirdre Jetner. The best history I have found about mental models as they relate to software and usability is a 1999 article by Mary Jo Davidson, Laura Doe, and Julie Wells called Mental Models and Usability. The link is there in the description box. What exactly is a mental model? There are many definitions for mental models that have been around for at least 25 years. One of my favorites is from Suzanne Carey's 1986 journal article, Cognitive Science and Science Education, which states, a mental model represents a person's thought process for how something works. That is, a person's understanding of the surrounding world. Mental models are based on incomplete facts, past experience, and even intuitive perceptions. They help shape actions and behavior, influence what people pay attention to in complicated situations, and define how people approach and solve problems. What is a mental model in design? In the field of design, a mental model refers to representation of something, the real world, a device, software, and so on, that a person has in mind. People create mental models very quickly, often before they even use the software or device. Their mental models come from their prior experience with similar softwares or devices, assumptions they have, things they have heard others say, and also from their direct experience with the product or device. Mental models are subject to change. People refer to mental models to predict what a system, software, or product is going to do, or what they should do with it. Terminology can be confusing. The way I'm using the term mental model is, I believe, the most common definition, but it does not fit with at least one of the new definitions I have seen lately. In her book Mental Models, Indy Young uses the term in a different way. She diagrams the behavior of a particular audience doing a series of tasks, including their goals and motivations. Under the diagram, she describes what a system will do to match the task. She called this entire structure a mental model. The results seem useful, but I would not call them a mental model. It's a different use of the term. Key takeaways: people always have a mental model. People get their mental models from past experience. Not everyone has the same mental model. An important reason for doing user or customer research is so that you can understand mental models of your target audience. To be continued. Thank you for watching the video. Like, share, subscribe.